Hey guys, Kishiryu here with another review. This time I'll be doing the Kishiryu Series 11, Ryusou Henkei Deluxe YokuRyuOh from Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. This is the final new Kishiryu, which becomes its own mech and can combine with the other Kishiryu to help out the Ryusoulgers. This set includes the Kishiryu Terrardon and the Hyehye Soul. So, let's get started. First off, we'll start by looking at the included Hyehye Soul, from Hyehye meaning freezing. This soul has a nice sky blue color, and this is another Kyoryu soul. So, the top part is made from nice clear plastic. We've got this ice design around the Pteranodon head, which itself has some nice metallic paints to it. Then we flip it up into night mode, where, like with most of the other Kyoryu souls, this has a standard night design with the gold chest armor. On the shield we have Terrardon symbol there, and then in the right arm we have this sword that looks like it was carved out of ice, with again a nice metallic blue color. Next we'll test the Hyehye soul with the Ryusou changer and the Ryusouken. So, first the changer. And of course it makes the same sounds as all the other Kyoryu souls. So then the sword. Then the YokuRyuOh. Then we get the transmission for Ryusou Red, Hyehye Soul, who you can see here on the box with its armor. It has the same kind of style as the other Kyoryu Soul armors, with the armor design with the Kishiryu head on the shoulder, some details from the Kishiryu along the body. You have the symbol here on the chest. One thing that makes this armor stand out is that it also has these nice wings, which allows Ryusou Red to fly with them. And then for the finisher. Next we'll give a quick demonstration with the Mosa changer. And then we'll test out this Ryusou with the Ryusouken. Moving on, next we'll look at Kishiryu Terrardon Pit Mode, aka Pitan. This is the sealed form of Terrardon, where he is unable to fly or fight. The one thing that makes Pitan a bit different from the other Kishiryu toys is whereas for all of the other ones, whereas naturally they are of course shrunk down from their giant forms they have in the show, This one is actually pretty in scale with how we've seen it on the show, because he is shrunken down to about human size, which is to say about the size of a large egg like a dinosaur egg. And his design is essentially that of a baby pteranodon or pterosaur of some kind that is slightly hatching from the egg. As you can see, his beak popping out from this little crack here, as well as his little feet popping out there. He's got some nice eyes with pink irises, some very intricate details along the body, including this very nice diamond pattern that he has on here. We got the zigzag from the Ryusou tribe symbol, as well as the full Ryusoulger symbol here on the chest, which you also see is made of clear blue plastic, which is a new touch that is pretty unique to Pteranodon. And you have the feet down here, going on to the back. We've got this part here, which will come into play more later, but it's also made of that clear blue plastic. And pretty much the only thing you can do here is that you can actually take the beak, which is also clear, and open it up a little. The next thing to do will be to transform him. First thing you want to do is take the kind of front panel here and basically push it inward to pop it open, as it's got these two latches that overlap, one overlapping from the right side and one from the left. So then you're going to take the wings and fold them all the way out until they lock into place. Then take the feet and remove them, as well as removing this piece from the back. Then we're going to extend out these parts, which will be the legs of the robot mode. Take this panel here and swivel it down 180 degrees. Rotate this piece all the way around and fold these back in. Take these parts and, using these clips, connect them onto the wings on the lower sides, making sure that these pegs are facing inwards. So the same for the other side. Take this piece and plug it onto here, facing this direction. And finally, take this piece, flip it back, and slightly raise up the crest. And here we have Pteranodon, our Pteranodon Kishiryu. So here he's got a very nice mix of sky blue, clear blue, and white. We've got the head here, of which we saw a little preview of the design with the Ryusou. A lot of nice intricate details. You'll see some patterning and detailing on the inside of the wings. On this panel here, we also have a silver painted Ryusoulger symbol, which is nice. A little bit of ice detailing. And this is kind of like a tail feather back here, not quite. The other thing I find a little bit awkward are these pieces down here, which are obviously going to be the legs of the robot, but they just look a little strange with how they're folded in, have these flat sides facing forward, and then obviously this part is just this clear color, whereas you have the paint part on the back. So they don't quite look like the greatest of legs or claws, or talons rather to say. However, these parts also do give him some guns on the wings, which is nice, and of course we can open and close the beak, this time to a larger degree and with more ease, since you have this little piece down here. After that, we'll get to transforming him into his robot mode. So, going to detach these pieces here, which will become the arms. Attach this piece from the back, which will be the weapon. Fold out the legs again. Rotate around the body again 180 degrees. Then flip this panel back up. We'll take the crest and fold all the way forward. Making sure that The back panel is folded all the way back. We'll take the arms and make sure that the pegs are facing forward. We'll match them up with on the sides where you can see that there are some symbols here as well as in here to show which one goes on which side. So for the right arm, you've got a diamond symbol. And then for the left arm, there's a little triangle symbol. We'll take the weapon and plug it onto the 4 pegs on the right arm. And finally, we'll take the Ryusou, fill it around, and insert it as the head. And here we have YokuRyuOh. So, let's take a look. Like with Kishiryu and Kishiryu Neptune, this has a very nice streamlined silhouette. This one is definitely a bit more on the lean side. We've got a new head here with this gold knight-like visor, or knight-like mask with a red visor, as well as a cool metallic blue gem on the forehead. We got Pterodon's head on the chest, which now has this horn. And of course, you can still open up the mouth if you want to. You have even more of that diamond-like pattern, which runs all the way to the shoulders, where it's now painted in gold, as well as running down to this lower part of the shoulder pads. You have the arms, and of course we also have the weapon, which is this knight's ornate shield with a claw at the end. We have the lower body, which is also very dynamic, with the clear blue thighs, though only on the front. As you can see, the back is this metallic white plastic. And then the solid sky blue plastic for the lower half. And of course we have the wings, which give it a very dynamic silhouette, and gives it a look that the other two don't have. Articulation wise, it's as we have come to expect from this line, being basically just rotations at the shoulder. Unfortunately, because of the wings, it is somewhat limited to just that far forward and about that far backwards with the shield and that far without it. And one thing I will say about YokuRyuOh on its own is that there really isn't too much you can do with it, as it's got a pretty sparse piece count, having basically just the upper torso, lower torso, arms, weapon, Kishiryu head, and the Ryusou head. Still, it does have a very good winged knight look to it. Next, we'll move on to the combinations, starting with one between Tiramigo and Pterodon. To start, we'll prep Tiramigo, and what we're going to do here is first, as with a lot of combinations, we'll remove the cannon and grill parts, as well as the head. And for the first time, we're going to make use of a joint that previously I, and likely many others, thought was just for the sake of the transformation, that being the waist joint. So, I'm going to take this part and pull until remove the part from the joint. Set that aside. We're left with these. Then, we'll take Pterodon, remove its head, remove the shield, and attach its lower half from its top half. So, then, take the top half of Pterodon, attach it to the bottom half of Tiramigo. Then, take the cannon parts and place them on the legs, facing forward. Take the cannons, place it on the sides of the torso, facing upwards. Take the shield part and place it here. And finally, take Tiramigo's head and place it onto the shield. here we have Tiramigo. Now, while it might sound different, it's actually spelled different, with a silent P at the front, like in pterodactyl, pteranodon, or pterodon. And it's the kind of thing that's more tricky in English than Japanese, because in Japanese they actually pronounce the silent P in stuff like pterodactyl and pteranodon, so in Japanese this would sound like Putiramigo. But here we have it. We're going to have his head on this kind of crest, or almost like a mane at the back. One cool detail is that we have these silver parts which actually kind of extend to become sort of ears or kind of rear horns. Got the cool spikes here at the shoulders. They of course have the wings with the guns on them, and then the guns on the side. This is actually quite a simple but cool transformation. And it's a different kind of transformation or combination than, say, something like Spino Thunder, where that was an entirely new Kishiryu, and this is more like an enhanced Kishiryu, or almost like a power-up mode for Tiramigo, which is, in and of itself, very cool. Next, we'll build upon this combination by adding in Pakigaru. So, to start off, we're going to remove the cannons, set those aside. Remove the drill parts and the tail. Then we'll remove the torso, raise up the body, and then reattach it. Take off the arms from the wings and place them onto the shoulders. Take the drills and, facing inward, place them on the knees. Then we'll take Pakigaru and Chibigaru and change them in the same way we would make KishiryuOh Pakigaru. Attach the gloves to the arms. Lastly, we will use the red Ryusou as the head. And here we have Kishiryu Jet. So this is a pretty simple but cool combination, where it swaps out the upper torso of Kishiryu for that of YokuRyuOh, adds in Tiramigo's head with this mane to it, which enhances the look, gives us the wings of YokuRyuOh, some drill knees a la KishiryuOh Middle Needle, as well as the boxing gloves from Pakigaru. For a very interesting but, again, simple, well, rather simple but cool look. It definitely works. And what kind of gives us a little bit of an advantage is that, unlike with the way that Kishiryu's joints work with how its arms are pre-bent and no shoulder joints, because YokuRyuOh has straight arms, it allows us to get an actual proper straight arm kind of boxing pose out of Kishiryu Jet, which is something we couldn't really do with KishiryuOh Pakigaru. Now, one odd thing about this combination is that even though this is an official combination that is seen in the show, in fact it was seen in the most recent episode, this isn't in the instructions. I think that was a bit of an oversight on the part of the manufacturers. Although, with that in mind, it means that you'll kind of have to either go off a video or basically go off the box in order to make this combination. But this is how it's made, so rest assured there's nothing to worry about there. And finally, we'll build onto this combination using Kishiryu Neptune. So, to start off, I'm going to remove Tiramigo's head, remove and set aside the Pakiguru parts. Remove the drill knees, as well as remove the shield from the chest. And that'll be it for now. For Kishiryu Neptune, we'll remove the Emma Knuckles and remove the Ryusou. And close up the jaw. Rotate the head like this. Move the arms. Attach the legs. And split those up. And store away the connector joint. And now we can get started. So, first up, attach the split up lower half of Kishiryu Neptune to the feet of Kishiryu. Rotate in the fins. Take the arms, attach them to the knees, with the shoulder panels facing inwards. Then, take the head and torso of Mosa Rex, attach it to the right arm, and secure it in place using one of the can parts from Kishiryu. Then create the Kamitsuki arm, taking the Chiramago head and then going drill, cannon, drill. And using the drill, or rather cannons, attach it, and let me just get those back. Then, finally, we'll bring back the head of Terrardun, forward the horn, attach that to the front of the shield, come around to the back and flip up this new mask part, attach that onto the chest. And here we have King Kishiryu. So on a surface level, this unfortunately suffers from the same thing that afflicted the final combinations for Go Busters and Ninja, where the final mecha combination is basically just slightly changed from the semi-final combination, but just with one of the components swapped around. It was definitely not too good when we got in Go Busters, and with Ninja it was definitely worse, where we just had basically the robo that was sitting in the Lion Ho chair swapped out. But for this, I think it actually kind of works. Bring it in closer. We now have the new head with this very cool mask, with all this gold around it and the red painted Ryusoulger symbol, as well as a new visor covering the eyes. Not to mention, we have the shield, which gives us a new chest plate, and this makes full use of the gold on the sides as well as Terrardun's head on the front. And the clear plastic used, again, gives it quite dynamic look. Of course, then have the wings here, as well as using different arms for the two different heads. While certainly I do wish that the final combination could have been one that used the main mechs for all 6 Ryusoulgers plus YokuRyuOh, or at least did something a little bit different with the parts from KishiryuOh and Kishiryu Neptune. I will say that King Kishiryu actually does look very good, and I'd actually argue to say that it looks better than Gigant Kishiryu, whereas that had a little bit of an awkward look with the shoulder cannons, as well as that kind of odd half and half look to it with the two colors and kind of split down the middle. This definitely is something where Terrardon adds a lot more to this combination than Dime Volcano added to Gigant Kishiryu, so I would say that this is actually overall for the better in terms of just the overall aesthetics. We could have had something done differently, and certainly it is possible to make those combinations, but I think they picked something like this because this is something that is pretty simple to make and would be easy for kids to make on their own, whereas with some combinations of different parts of the different Kishiryu, it could get fairly complicated, and admittedly, I've seen some combinations that, while they use a lot of parts, aren't the most stable, and this is definitely a stable combination. And there we go. Overall, I'd say that YokuRyuOh is a great final mecha for Ryusoulger. From the looks of it, I would have to have guessed that 2 years ago, Orion Battler did not sell as well as Bandai wanted it to, probably not nearly as well as they wanted it to, because for the past couple of years now, it seems that they've just kind of abandoned the tradition of the final mech being a very large, almost giant-sized mech that has some kind of grand combination with the rest of the toys. But at the very least, YokuRyuOh gives us a better final offering than last year's Lupin Magnum, which I will still say should not have been the final mech for that series. It does have a lot of things that make it quite unique, such as being a triple changer, having the use of these clear parts, doing something with the combination that we haven't seen before, which is actually making use of the split of the torso, which was previously just a rotation joint, and the official combinations that you can make with it are all very cool in their own way, and definitely do new things that help, just add on to the potential of the Ryusoulger line. And so this is definitely one where, if you have the others, I can very much recommend this, not only for the combination, but for the combination potential, because, another thing of note is that this uses the same type of shoulder joint system as with Kishiryu Neptune, so besides just your standard thing of adding on block parts and different parts, there is a lot of interaction between the main three mechs, thanks to the systems in place, thanks to the compatibility of the parts via the Ryusou joints. So, very much recommended, and while this is the final mech of Ryusoulger, this is not technically the final toy. We still have a couple more roleplay toys left to go, but I'll get to those in due time. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Breaking Mammoth and Breaking Mammoth Progress Key. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.